Today we have with us Deepika Narayan Bhardwaj. We all know that she needs no introductions. Ma'am, welcome to our show. First of all, I also attended the first screening of India's Sons in 2021. You have attended many screenings. What do you feel after seeing the public reactions? Because most of the guys, most of the women, they get numb.
मेरे ख्याल से जो ये डॉक्यूमेंट्री है it's a of course it's an eye opener for most people. This is something that people just do not know about. And when we talk about false accusations on men, when we talk about harassment of men, that is anyways something that most people have not heard about, or if they have heard about, they are not as concerned with it as they would perhaps be concerned if something wrong happens to women. So the reaction after my screenings is exactly the reflection of society. You know, when you see something which is so shocking and which is so disturbing, but you did not even know about it, how would you act? You would, of course, feel very, very numb that, oh my God, this is also happening with people. But it's not just women. Anyone who has seen the documentary has been quite moved by it because these are real people, real stories. Um, and the evidences that are shown of people in the documentary, they of course make you question that how is the system so blind and how is the system so ignorant that they cannot see what is visibly out there in front of you as an evidence, and you keep that aside and you destroy the life of an innocent person. So yeah, the reactions are always numb, sad, shocked, a lot of times helpless as well. But then at least the conversation has begun.
Last time when the movie was screened in Delhi, during the conclusion of the movie, you also cried. You kept hiding for your tears. Today, आई डोंट मैंने देखा नहीं कि आपको उतना इमोशनल होते हुए बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं अब ये हो चुका है मतलब बट सिचुएशन आपको लगता है कि तब से अब तक बदली है.
नहीं नहीं, ये चेंज मेरे में पहली स्क्रीनिंग और अब वाली स्क्रीनिंग का चेंज नहीं है. ये चेंज इसलिए था क्योंकि उस दिन अरविंद की फैमिली वहाँ पे थी और मैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा इमोशनली कनेक्ट हो जाती हूँ अपने केसेस से और कहीं ना कहीं वो फैमिली बन जाते हैं. अभी थोड़े दिनों पहले मैं श्याम रोहिल एसिड अटैक विक्टिम है, उन वो मेरे पास घर पे आए थे मिलने के लिए क्योंकि मैंने उनकी बहुत मदद की थी. तो जब उनके साथ मैं इंस्टाग्राम लाइव कर रही थी तो I kind of broke down because he's become like my brother. And so Arvind's case is something that I really really connected with. उनकी फैमिली बिल्कुल अपनी फैमिली जैसी एकदम से बन गई थी. तो क्योंकि उस दिन नितिन भैया आए हुए थे तो I think I cried when Nitin Bhaiya went on stage, or probably I was talking about that case. So some of these stories are just so humanly they they touch your heart. They somewhere make you feel for the person who has gone through this. And anyone who is sensitive will connect to these stories. So not a lot actually has changed since the first screening. I am now working on serial rape cases, which probably could become the next subject. Ayushi Bhatia happened, and Sonia Keswani, and then this advocate from Chandigarh, Ravneet Kaur. Then so many that I am slowly and steadily trying to bring out the names of. But the intention behind making India's Son was to shorten the period of some kind of changes in 376 that can uh, reduce the misuse, assist the people who are victims of false accusations of rape. And I think in the last 2 3 years, a lot more conversation than ever before has started.
Um, consent, consensual sex has become a motive of minting money. What's the way forward for men?
I am not really sure what's the way forward for men, but I think 498A has continued to be a mess because people were desperate to get out of it and they, sort of settled. And this kept on becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger, kind of an extortion thing. Um, I just would request any man who's falsely accused of rape to fight it out. There is no other way. I mean, uh, compromise in rape cases will just completely dilute the seriousness of this law. And let's accept that a lot of victims of sexual assault, rape are, all around us. They need assistance. They need trust and faith of not just the system but the society as well, so that they are not first let down by the perpetrator and then let down by the society. But the more these cases happen, the lesser trust society will have on these people, and genuine victims will suffer. And the human cost of men who are falsely accused, that is also huge for the system to ignore now. So, thank God there are some conversations that have started. I think that was the effort or the intent of the movie, that more and more people start talking about this before it's too late, and we have some kind of solution. Of course, I'm doing a lot of other things also to get this matter noticed more, but let's wait for when they will happen and then talk about it.
Talking about yourself, I might be wrong, but why does a woman fighting for men is labeled as a misogynist?
It's not just a woman who is fighting for men who is labeled as misogynist. You saw, I think, a lot of people would have called Sonali Kulkarni also misogynist. A lot of people, you saw Pooja Bedi in the documentary, the day she started talking absolute equal, talking for both men and women, a lot of people said she is misogynist. Anyone who says anything that people who champion the rights of women, I would not even say champion the rights of women, any genuine activist, I am not going to name her, but a woman who is I really admire her and respect her work. She's genuinely fighting a lot for women who are victims of rape. And kudos to her for the groundwork that she is doing. But she also, when I interacted with her, told me this is a worrying thing for us as well. We are seeing this every day, and I understand what you're doing. And so when a woman who is fighting for genuine victims understands what my work is, then of course you can understand that the magnitude of the problem is big and is growing bigger. So I mean, anyone who actually works on ground knows that there is never one side of the story. Things are not as black and white as they seem. There are always grays. And anyone who works on ground understands that whether it is man, whether it is woman, a girl child, a boy child, anyone who is facing the wrong needs to be supported and needs to be helped. And it's not one particular gender. So anyone who calls us a misogynist could perhaps not have been exposed to the harassment and the victimization that happens on the other side as well. So I don't give much credence to these people. They can say whatever they want to say.
Thank you, ma'am, for showing us the other side of the story. Thank you, ma'am.